6 a.m. Yeah, this is where the super motivated people who get it done before a big work day, you know?
Definitely less chit-chatting here.
Yes, 6 a.m. is a little more, we'll meet the 9:30 in another video, and you'll get to meet all those characters. And Leonardo, I think, said it best. He's like, the people who show up at 9:30, they're happier because they can do whatever they want during the day. Exactly. The people at 6 a.m. are tired, the people at 5:30 p.m. are tired, but the 9:30 people, they're in the good spot in the day where everything is right. So, but we have some good characters here. Once I get Brianna's opinion on everything, oh man, you're gonna have a whole video on its own about her opinions on this gym. Oh, stay right there. I got something just for her today. She's been bugging me for more 20-pound dumbbells for so long. 20-pound dumbbells. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I got another pair. Well, I'm super excited to tell you Rich Marquez's story. Rich is a big dude, and it takes a lot of guts to come in here and be like, you know what, I'm ready to change. He showed up, and on day one, he just handed me that credit card and was like, dude, we got to do this. I need to become a different person, and you know what, I love that. This is what I want to do. This is what I do with my life, is help people make that change. So I'm just, you know, super excited for Rich and the commitment and the consistency he's shown already. I just want to show the world what it's like, you know, to be a big dude who makes that commitment and changes and becomes a totally different person. So here's Rich's story.
What should we name your journey?
Yeah,
what's your journey? Yeah. You gotta give it a title, right?
That's it.
Rich's Road.
Rich's Road to 100. Let's go.
Let's go.
So Rich heard me on a podcast that I go on quite often, Your Life, Your Terms podcast, which is Rockstar Real Estate. Two of our members here, Nick and Tom, they own that business and do that podcast. I've known them for a long time now. I've been coaching Nick for like 10 years and Tom for probably 8, so like a long time. So we always go in there, we talk about health, fitness, people's transformations we do, and Rich heard us on that podcast, right? That's where you heard it. Yeah. And then reached out to me. It was just before January, and he said, it's new year, new me, it's time to do this. You know, he's gotten to a point he doesn't like, and it's not the first time I've heard that. I hear that all the time. So my first initial meeting with Rich, a lot of times I hear that and I don't know how serious people are, because I think in theory it sounds really good, and it's in practicality it's a lot harder than people can imagine it to be. So when they first come in, I just try to make them feel like it's a lot easier than it's gonna actually be, just to get that first step moving and that momentum building forward. So I met Rich, we did a body scan, but he seems super serious right off the get-go. Sometimes people are kind of wishy-washy with even the way they talk to me. And then at the end, they're like, yeah, I got, you know, the typical, I got to talk to my wife, whatever. But Rich was like, no, let's do this. Here's my credit card. That's when I know it's serious. When they give me the credit card, then it's serious business, because then they're financially committed, which should be part of the process. Because A, I'm worth every damn dollar that you spend, and B, you have to have some type of foot in the game. If I just gave it to you for free, it's so much easier just to be like, nah. it's getting hard today. I don't want to do this. So I just want to know kind of where you were at in that moment when you heard me on the podcast. That was like, you know, this is my time to do something about where I'm at.
Right. So I've heard you a couple times, but the first 3 times I didn't really pay attention because I wasn't really into the fitness at that point.
Yeah.
Then about 18 months ago, when I started, you know, not feeling great, I was kind of pissed at myself that I gained all this weight. Went through like the doctor routes, and then I heard your podcast again. I'm like, you know what? He sounds right. What you were saying was ringing true to my ears. And I said, that's it. You're the guy. And I think I even told you that when I came in. I don't care what we do. You're it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's true. I remember that. He had already bought into what I was preaching at that point, which makes it easier for me because I don't have to sell myself to you at that point. So I do remember that, and it's good because you had already taken that first step of commitment, which is the hardest step, to be honest with you. And especially this atmosphere can be super intimidating, right?
Oh my God.
You come in and Nick's doing ring muscle ups and Tyler's screaming at people.
My very first day at the foot of the door, I'm like, I see Leo doing muscle ups and Nick and all that stuff. I'm like, what the heck did I do here?
Yeah,
I'm like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
But everybody was like super welcoming and opening.
Yeah.
They said, come in, don't worry about it. And then that was it. I was hooked from that.
Yeah, I remember he sent me an email. He's like, I never thought CrossFit would be like this. I'm used to the Globo Gym stuff. That's what you said, right?
Yep.
It's boring. I would get in there and then I'd walk on the treadmill and I'd be like, what do I do? And I'd leave. And this had him engaged, learning something new, getting a hard workout in, but not having any time to think of getting out of there.
100%.
You're in it,
You're in, right?
You're going. And then the community, he said the people around just like kind of engulfed around him and made him part of that class and our community here, which I think makes a huge difference, especially when the key to results is being consistent over time. And like you said, he only, since January, he's only missed one workout. That was the second day. It's because his legs are so trash.
And that was only doing body weights, right?
Yeah. That was the fully scaled version of the workout.
I woke up, my quads were like on fire. I couldn't go up the stairs, couldn't go down the stairs. I'm like, what the heck did I do? And then I said, no, I got to do this. So the next day, like clockwork, been here for the 9:30 class.
Yeah. So we're at the end of February now. He's been following his nutrition plan. We go back and forth every week. We make adjustments. We scan him. He's doing his next scan tomorrow morning. He started off here at 325 pounds. We're down to about 308, I think, right now. So in a good groove. Our last scan, he not only lost body fat, but he's gaining muscle as well. So his body's going through this process of like readapting and becoming what it wants to and should be as a healthy human being. My next question for you is, what got you to the point, like what was it that got you to 325? Was there something specific? Was it COVID? Like how did we get there?
So it was a combination of things, right? My past life, I was a chef.
Okay.
So I was always been around food, right?
Yeah.
And then, when you learn to cook like professionally, it's not about nutrition. It's about flavor and taste, right? You cook with fats, butters, and creams, right?
Yeah.
And then, throughout the years, you start to put them on slowly. And then probably around COVID, I really gained weight because you went from your morning pajamas to your nighttime pajamas. And lots of snacks.
Yeah.
And then I tried keto.
Okay.
For me, that was the biggest mistake because I probably didn't do it correctly, and that's when I gained the most. And then I said, that's it, I give up. I was pissed with myself, I was at my heaviest, and I was almost like depressed.
Yeah. Keto's tough because typically people who think they're doing keto are not in ketosis. They're eating way more calories than they ever thought because so much of it's coming from fat. And even though you've cut the carbs out, you're consuming so many calories and fat and protein that you just can't be in a deficit to start to lose weight. And again, that can start to be a horrible process. And then the worst part of it all is foods in the grocery store that are labeled as keto nowadays, oh my goodness, man, those will screw you up the worst. And we were just talking about pitas yesterday.
I showed you some.
He showed me a pita that he had got, and it's a keto pita. And when you look through the ingredient list, it's like all these additives and preservatives, but also they manipulate it in a way where it's all fiber. The carbs are all fiber, and then it's still high in fat. So you're getting all this fiber, all this fat, and a whole bunch of calories, when all you needed was like pita that was made from like real flour and real ingredients. So I sent him one. It's going to be low in fat, good. It's going to have lots of good fibers, but it's going to give him energy. And then we'll add in the protein and fat when we make a taco or a meal out of that wrap. But it's a learning process, right? Like you go into the grocery store and it says keto, and automatically in your mind, like, oh, keto's good. Right? The way they marketed it is to make you think that anything that says keto is good, and that's crazy. Like people probably just scarfing down keto muffins like they're never going to gain weight, you know? So it's hard. It's sad to see, but it's good for him to go through the process of understanding what that means, and for the future of this. This is not just like 3 months we lose a bunch of weight and then we go back to the old him. No, this is a lifetime change. That is what we're trying to do here. And I want to see a Rich who's, you know, from 325, eventually at like 225, and the happiest, healthiest, strongest, best looking he's ever been and felt. That's my mission as his coach and for what we do here. And that I want to last a lifetime for him, for his wife, for his 9-year-old son, and everything else he does in his life. So that's my mission. He's been amazing. Like he checks in like clockwork every week with his weigh-in, asks any questions you need to ask, and shows up to the class. That's all I ask for. The rest of it, when you show up to class, everything else happens for you. You just listen to Tyler and you keep moving.
That's it.
What would be your biggest piece of advice for somebody who's in your position, who wants to do what you're doing right now?
I say just walk through the door. Don't worry about getting all the nutrition down or what exercises to do. Like you said, just show up and everything will kind of just fall into place. I'm slowly learning about food, and I know how to professionally cook.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the biggest hurdle.
That's incredible right there. Like a guy who's a professional chef but still didn't understand nutrition. Understood how to make, you know, really good tasting meals, but had no idea what was going on inside those meals that was affecting his body. So, you know, maybe in the future we see a collab of healthy, really good tasting meals by Dan and Rich, and we can get super rich, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
So stay tuned, okay, for Rich's story. This is only the beginning, guys. Okay, we're just 20 pounds into this, and there's another 80 that's gonna go. So don't miss this journey. We're gonna do an update in a couple months, see where he's at. I'm gonna hold him accountable. You should hold him accountable. And to do that, I need you to subscribe, like, comment, leave Rich a comment, tell him, let's go, Rich, we got this. And let's see that journey. And then one day we're gonna be making a video right here. This guy's gonna be 100 pounds less. He's gonna be jacked. And you're gonna be like, you know what, Rich did it. And we watched that whole journey. So subscribe, like it, let's go.